All right. Good morning, everybody. Give us just a moment to confirm that we're up and going on my channel. I'm excited to have my friend here. Not just my friend, the actual my colleague and president of SPA, which we'll explain in a minute, Mr. Jerry Deall. Good morning, Jerry. How are you
Good
doing?
morning. Thanks, Ronnie. Yeah, we've known each other for
Oh, are
over
you
20
muted?
years.
Or did I just lose my own sound? Hold on. Hold on. It could be me, but this whole time. Let us know in the chat if you can hear Jerry. Keep talking. Could be me. Could
There we
be
go.
me. Oh,
How's it?
it's me. It's me. Sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. I'm having a tough morning, man, but we're good. It was my volume went all the way down right when we went live. I have no idea why. But we're here with Jerry. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Good to
Yeah,
see good to see
good
you.
to
I
see
really
you.
appreciate you taking the time for us today.
Thanks for thinking of this, Ronnie. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the introduction, and we've probably known each other over 20 years now.
Yeah, so you're right down the road from me, man. And so Jerry's obviously a fellow harmonica player and friend here in Colorado. And yeah, we've known each other damn near 20 years. And you know what's crazy is that so many people I know locally, I met at the convention we're going to talk about, the SPA convention. Just to be clear, that is the Society for the Preservation and Advancement of the Harmonica. They offer conventions each year, once a year. And I'm going to start real quick by just mentioning something real on, and then I'm going to kind of hand over most of the talking to Jerry today. But there's four big takeaways from joining a SPA convention. This organization has been extremely important to me and pivotal in my trajectory of as a player and in my career. First of all, it's one of the most enjoyable events that I have ever attended out of all the harmonica things you can do. It's just a blast. There's a variety of things that Jerry will get into that you can experience. One of which I love, besides the learning and entertainment and all that, is the what do we call it? The spa room where it's the showcase room where all the vendor room, I guess.
Yeah, the vendor room.
So it's fun. It's also a place where I learn more about harmonica than anywhere else. It's also where I've collected more of my best friends in the world. And it actually is, like I said, one of the most important things as far as opportunity goes. I connected with Honer by going to spa events. It's an amazing thing. And on that note, I'm going to turn it over and let Jerry kind of talk a little freely about some of the things that you can expect, not just at a spa event, but this year's event specifically.
Thanks, Ronnie. As I said earlier, I met Ronnie about 20 years ago. I started playing harmonica late in life. I think I was 46. And early on, I went to a Jason Ricci show and we got to be pretty good friends. And after a couple of years, he told me, "You have got to go to SPA." And it has been life changing ever since.
Right.
If you have never been, it's an incomparable event. It's first and foremost a study in sleep deprivation.
No doubt. I
No
don't even know
doubt.
if I slept at all my first few
Oh,
years. Like I might have slept an hour or two and then I was
yeah.
back at it.
And let me put that in a nutshell. Seminars start at 9 a.m. and go until 2 p.m. And then we have afternoon performances from 3 to 4:30 or 5. And then evening performances from 7 to 10:30. You're lucky if you get a meal in there. And then the jams started at like 11 o'clock. Blues, gospel, country, electric jazz jam. And then all through the day and all through the night, there's jamming in the hallways, every little space, the bar, rooms, everybody's rooms. And it's just constant. And you get to sit down with the greatest harmonica players you can think of. It's funny, people ask me who aren't harmonica players, who will be there that I know. And that is a hard question to answer because most people don't know the preponderance of harmonica players that are great. And there are so many. If I said the name Joe Falisco to somebody who doesn't know harmonica, they wouldn't have a clue who he is. Um, Probably the biggest name I can mention who comes every year just to hang out is Charlie Musselwhite. So you can, and he is the nicest guy on the face of the earth. I've interviewed him. He just hangs out. We also have four fantastic troubadours that wander the halls and will sit down with you and teach you whatever you want to know. This year we have Bill Morris, Robert Bonfilio, Jerry Deall, and Will Scarlett. Let me tell you a little bit about those guys. Bill Morris is like the greatest bass harmonica player on the world. If you don't know what a bass harmonica looks like, here it is.
You got to blow a note out of that. Oh, you don't have your original sound on, so we can,
Oh yeah, I got to do that. It's
it's
cutting
okay.
off.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Well, a little
So
bit came through, so you're good.
and then of course the chord. I think Bill Morris built this one for me.
Whoa. Look at that thing. Yeah. Hey, before you get too deep into talking about anything else, don't forget, folks. Can you mention why the timing of this live stream is so important as far as registration?
Yeah. So
Let's do that. Yeah.
we're going to be in San Antonio this year, which in August, quite honestly, is the surface of the sun.
Yeah.
But you want to be trapped in the hotel all week anyway. You
Yeah.
never want to leave.
Right.
So on July 1st, registration prices go up by $25. Not a lot, but we're cheap harmonica players for the most part. And then at the convention, the registration goes up by $20 more.
Yeah. So sign up now. And by the way, SPAH.org is where you want to head for registration and to learn more about the event.
Yeah, I've got some QR codes here we can share if you want.
Oh, I see them. You want me to pull that up? I've got it right here.
Yeah, if you want, you can share those.
Let me download instead of opening it in my email. Let me just do it like this, and let me open the document.
I'll
Okay,
keep talking while you do that.
you got it. You got it.
So the troubadours we have this year: Bill Morris, bass, chromatic, fiddle tunes. Robert Bonfilio has played chromatic, orchestral chromatic with symphonies around the world, and he is a fantastic teacher. Jerry Deall is the Cajun music maestro. Oh boy, he's fantastic. And then my favorite, Will Scarlett. He pioneered overblows. He played with Hot Tuna. He played with Brownie McGee. He is just a wealth of knowledge. So I don't know if you can see those, but the top left is how to join. The middle one is how to register. The right-hand one is how to register for a hotel room. And then the bottom two are for donations, one to SPA and one to our youth foundation. So while I'm on that, we have a youth foundation. We bring youth scholars to SPA every year and feature them. They get to perform, and they're amazing. They're incredible, and they have so much fun. We're going to have, I think, 3 or 4 scholars from India this year, and one from Denver. So we get them from all over. We've had them from Australia, from the UK. I think we have one coming from the United Arab Emirates this year. So it's a fantastic thing we do every year to bring all of those folks, all those young kids, and get them ensconced in our group of people and keep them interested in harmonica. And I see years later, these kids continue. Many of you may know who Nick Clark is. He was a youth scholar many years ago. So we really promote some excellent youth players.
Indeed. And you guys just can't imagine the enormity, like Jerry's kind of already pointed this out, but there can be anywhere from, 400 to 500 people that show up sometimes to this convention. So you're it's it's just incredible the people you meet. I think one of the most important things to point out is the connections you're going to make with people, the people you'll keep in touch with. So it's a big opportunity that you won't find at any other harmonica event. There may be some great ones out there, and there are. But this one is just all encompassing. And one thing I want to point out about the seminars is that in addition to individual seminars, which begin, I believe, Wednesday, going all the way through Saturday, seminars, teaching seminars. You'll get a schedule that you can look up and see who's teaching and what are the topics. But in addition to that, Joe Falisco hosts a roundtable of teachers, of multiple professional players and teachers talking about very specific topics that usually relate to their niche. So usually I'm teaching about groove. Let's say I'm teaching you all about various grooves, and you might go over there to James Conway and he's talking about something completely different. Maybe he's sharing with you some, I don't know what he would be doing, some Celtic music, or who knows what he might, some blues. He's a great blues guy. So each table is a unique circumstance. You float around to these tables. So there's a lot of learning. Somebody wrote to me today, Jerry, saying, well, is it really that much teaching happening? Yes, there's that much teaching happening. And in the hallways, when you run into the Charlie Musselwhites or you run into anybody, if you see me, you stop people and say hello. You can just ask questions. Everyone's just, there's no ego at this event. It's not like that. So you just need to experience it. I can't emphasize that enough. You should get there and check it out. Now, what else have you not mentioned? Let's see.
Well, I wanted to tag on to the teach-in, Joe Falisco's teach-in. It's hard to imagine what it's like. You go into this huge ballroom, and there's probably 28-foot round tables
Yeah,
with
yeah.
teachers at them, and you can go and sit down and ask them questions, how to fix your harmonica, how to play something. And if they're not if you sit down and you're not that interested, or the table's crowded, sometimes that happens. You just go to another table.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fantastic.
you'll meet guys like Todd Parrott teaching a specific skill set. David Barrett shows up most years, and might be teaching something specific that's totally different, right? And then it's just the list goes on and on. It's just incredible. So don't don't miss this event. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I'm getting a
That's
little.
okay. That's okay. We're just having a chat here. Yeah. So playing melodies on the here's some of the samplings of the seminars. Ronnie's giving a great one. I forget
Okay,
what's
I'll
yours
tell you
called.
quickly. Mine is called The Anatomy of the Diatonic Harmonica. You'll learn all about how to ear train and recognize patterns and notes that are available. We will actually practice together in the seminar, and you'll learn some cool bluesy ideas that come off of that. So that's what my seminar is about this year.
So here's the great thing. People are constantly asking me, I'm a beginner. I really shouldn't go to something like this. And the opposite is true. I saw a beginner at the convention in Sacramento. He had only been playing a couple of weeks, and people took him under their wing. He left
Yeah.
that convention with a ton of knowledge, a case, and I don't know, maybe 8 free harmonicas. This guy was set. Uh, so, there's introduction to positions, different positions, melodies on a chromatic, minor keys, how to perform with backing tracks. So Ronnie is a real feel player, which I love. I am also, but there's also music theory if you want to get into that. And that's important because it allows you to talk to other musicians in a different language. And then we've got this guy coming from Argentina that's going to teach some gypsy swing. He's incredible.
Ooh, who's
As
that?
far, um, I can't say.
Okay. Somebody on YouTube is asking whether Buddy Green is coming this year.
Buddy Green is not coming this year. He's busy. And I talked to Charlie. I'm going blank on Charlie's.
McCoy?
I
Charlie.
talked to Charlie McCoy the other day. He's too busy. He's doing Elvis Week in Nashville. So Charlie
Elvis.
McCoy is not coming. I don't think Rob Paprosi is coming, but I've yet to talk to him. I also talked to just a number of players that really want to come but can't because it's festival time. A lot of guys are playing gigs and festivals. If they can get gigs near where we are, that helps. So Cheryl Arena is coming from Boston. She's a swing blues player, super nice. Steve Geiger is a legend in blues harmonica. He's been playing with some of the greats. He's out of the Philly area, I think.
Sounds right. And
And
maybe we could segue and talk about real quick the performance side of that, there's usually a blues night, which will be Thursday night, I want to say, is the performance night. I'm performing with my project, my band, the Dig Three. It's not mine, but part of this project. So Jerry Hunt, Andrew Duncanson, and myself. And then the Steve Geiger is going to be backed up by the Dig Three minus me. So you got Jerry and Andrew backing up Steve Geiger for his set. That's going to be incredible. What else? I'm sorry, that's all I got right
Oh,
there.
that's great. The Dig Three's fantastic. Ronnie's
Thanks,
project.
buddy.
Man, that's some deep blues there from just a small combo.
Yeah.
And they're going to back Steve Geiger. Of course, they'll be playing with Ronnie. Um, Jerry Hunt is in that group. He's a multi instrumentalist, just a phenom. Dave Moore is coming.
Oh,
He's a
cool.
singer songwriter, plays guitar and button accordion and harmonica in the rack. He's teaching some seminars. He was a frequent performer on A Prairie Home Companion. So that's always interesting. He's a sweet guy to sit and talk with. Jimmy Lee, who plays out of Austin, incredible lyrical player. He's opened for Muddy Waters and John Lee Hooker, play people like that. Ben Balmer's playing. He's a singer songwriter out of North Carolina. Um, of course, Michael Rubin. Michael Rubin is an incredible player and an incredible teacher, and he usually has a free for all. He gets 8 or 10 harmonica players up on stage and introduces them one at a time. Does a fantastic job. Shane Sager, probably one of my new friends and favorite harmonica players. He tours with Sting. This guy is incredible. He has really done a deep dive into the harmonica. He's one of the only guys I can think of that studied at Berklee on harmonica, Berklee College of Music. So very unusual, iconic player. And I'm not interviewing Charlie this year. I'm going to interview Shane. I want to start introducing some of the newer players to the whole interview series. So that'll be fun. Also, there's Tom Stryker's big band. If you've ever listened to old big band music like Glenn Miller, Capybara, all these old guys, Tom Stryker puts together a big band that's all harmonica, and they are just entrancing. They're not, you will sit there with your jaw on the floor. They're just incredible. So, like I said, we're going to have somebody from Argentina. We're also going to have an Italian chromatic player, and that's all the performances. I just can't express to you the friendships
Yeah.
I've made. I call it going to see my annual friends.
It
I
really is.
I love seeing them every year, but there's so many of them that I get to talk to throughout the year. Um, they're just fantastic. Also, I want to add a little wrinkle, something we introduced during COVID. Is during COVID, we couldn't get together, so we did a virtual harmonica convention for 2 years. And we learned something about producing stuff online, so that now we also have the availability of being an online attendee. If you attend in person, you get access to all the online content after the convention. So you can rewatch any performance. Maybe you missed some, maybe you missed a part. You could also watch every seminar. You'll get a chance, so at 9 o'clock in the morning, there's 3 or 4 seminars. You got to choose one. That means you'll miss 3.
Does that mean you have to attend to watch that, or can people sign up for virtual attendance?
They can sign up for virtual attendance and they get access to all that.
Are
Uh,
we are any of the? I said we. It's not me. Is SPA going to record any of the seminars? Or
we
that's not.
record we
You do.
record all the seminars,
You do audio or video or both or what do we?
video and audio.
So I need to look presentable maybe during my class. Okay.
You look fine. I'll,
Uh,
I'll be your mother. You look
so
fine.
how long are those preserved? Those recordings?
Um, in perpetuity.
Okay. So this is
Now,
extremely valuable. This is huge. I didn't realize that actually.
we've been doing it for a couple of years now. We started it during COVID.
Okay.
If you are a paid participant, either in person or online,
Hmm.
you get access to this. I was just looking at some stuff yesterday from online. I still have all of the links. I can go back to any one of them and revisit a seminar or a performance or a part of it. It's just fantastic. If you go to our website, we also have a video up that Luke Klebsch from harmonica.com put together that walks through the convention and shows you what it's like to be at a convention.
Oh, we forgot to. And speaking of that, do you mind if I just quickly mention
Yeah,
the showcase room, the vendor room? We didn't talk about.
right.
Holy cow! This is one of the most enjoyable things of the whole weekend, or it's really not a weekend; it's most of a week. But you basically you've got vendors, not just the harmonica manufacturers like Hohner and Suzuki and Seidel, and am I forgetting the smaller manufacturers?
Oh, Kong Shang.
Shang is there.
Yeah,
But in
let's see.
addition to those guys, if you think of somebody else, let me know. In that department, you get, uh, like Blue Moon Harmonicas is typically there. You get Randy from Landry from Lone Wolf Blues Company. You get hands on with these pedals, the microphones, things that you've been following. Everyone's there. There are all these crazy things to check out. You can purchase on discount. That's a huge advantage of
Yeah.
SPA. There are people that have side things that they're selling. There's a table in a room where people have, just used items you can check out or put down I think it's kind of like a secret. What do you call it when you put down how much you want to spend on something? What the hell is that called?
Oh, a silent
A
auction. We
silent
have a
auction,
silent
sort of.
auction every
Yeah.
year. Usually those come from past members who have passed away, and their loved ones send us their
Hmm.
harmonicas, and we put them up for a silent auction, and that money goes to the Youth Foundation. Um, so that's really great donations to the youth. We have a treasure hunt with the vendors. So you get each vendor to sign your card, and then you're put in for a raffle to win some fabulous prize from one of the vendors. We have probably a dozen vendors this year, T-shirts and harmonica cases. We're even having a small booth from with Jonberg from France is going to be there.
Nice.
A very unusual harmonica player. Dennis Grunling is going to be there selling microphones for 2 days. That guy's not to be missed, even just to sit and talk to, look at his harmonicas. What a fantastic player and what a fantastic guy. And then one of my favorites, Greg Human, Blows Me Away Productions. If
Yeah.
you have ever dreamed of owning one of his mics, and believe me, I have one. It actually, I've never had this happen before, but it actually changed the way I play,
There you
at
go.
least electrical,
Yeah.
at least amplified, which in turn changed the way I played acoustically. So his stuff is just not to be missed.
And he offers some good deals at
He,
Spa, limited
yep.
stuff. He'll basically build up a handful and bring them with, and when they're gone, they're gone. Of course, you can order one and have it customized, and then order that at Spa. But if you want to take something home, you better start looking on day 1 and 2, because by day 3 and 4, he's only got a handful left. He always sells out. I'll have some deals going on for Harmonica 123. I don't know what it'll be yet, but either probably membership offering and package stuff for my teachings offerings. It's
And
just
then
incredible.
every year there's a swap meet. So
Mm.
just attendees can bring their old gear that they want to sell that they don't use anymore. And on Friday afternoon, we have a swap meet in a large area, and people put all their stuff up. And boy, I've gotten some incredible stuff at those swap meets. Let's see. Somebody's got a vintage element from Greg. for the last year. Yeah, I have one with a vintage element in it. It's fantastic. Um, yes, Jim Worsham just posted from the Club of Harps that we're going to have a Harmonica Club Forum this year, which will be really nice. It's from to get all the harmonica clubs and blues societies in one room to chat on how they build a good community and potentially people who want to start a harmonica club. So we've
Right.
promoted that over the years. There have been some clubs that have gone by the wayside and some new clubs. So it's just, I don't know what more I can say. I'm so excited uh, to get going, to get there. I just can't wait.
Me
So
too, man.
don't forget that the registration price goes up by $25 July 1st. That is not very far away.
And in addition to registration, folks, you will want to go ahead and become a member of the organization first. I just want to preface that by saying, before you just buy a ticket, that if you become a member, there's advantages to that besides potentially a slightly lower cost. You need to be a member. It's the ultimate for the cost for what they charge. Yeah, you're going to get this publication coming to you. I think it's quarterly or three
Yes,
times quarterly.
quarterly.
So you just support the organization. Do that. It's nominal fee in addition to your registration. So just sign up, become a member, then register for the event. SPAH.org. If you have follow up questions to things that we didn't get to, you're wondering something, put the question in the YouTube video. Maybe some of you are watching, you're here in the Zoom room with us today or this webinar. Just go to youtube.com/Ronnie Shellist, look for the recording of this live stream and go to the comments, and I will monitor that over the next few weeks leading up before the price change and all that. And of course, leading up to SPA, it's around the corner. I mean, it's in the middle. What's the dates? Let's give the actual dates.
That's a great idea, Ronnie. It's August 12th through the 16th.
So, by the way, I will mention that if you show up on the 12th, that's a Tuesday. What happens is there's a big harmonica blow off. Jerry did say that earlier. I won't be there for that, but it's just a cool hang where you'll see great players getting up one after the other. Maybe you'll have a chance to get up and play. I don't know if they open it up at the end, but the thing is, there's a whole week, Tuesday through Saturday, and Saturday ends. We didn't say this, but Saturday there's a big banquet hall sort of dinner and presentation announcements. They've got awards happening. It's. I think we've covered it all. I don't know what else we could say. Be there.
Yeah, so you're right. We kick it off Tuesday. We have a local musician open for us. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, Michael posted
Yeah,
about the room
I see that.
prices
Yeah.
and July 15th. So if you're on the fence, book a room.
Yeah, get the lower rate now. Lock that in and just get your room squared away and register. I want to just stop before we go today. I want to say again what I said at the beginning of this stream, which is more than anything in my entire path, harmonica journey, musical journey, SPA was the most influential and continues to be event that I ever attended. I met the closest people in my harmonica world and some of my best friends there. I had more fun at this event than anything else in my life. And I learned more and grew as a player by attending regular SPA events than anything else I did. Let that sink in. Be there. Don't miss this. And if you need to reach out to Jerry, are you okay with giving
Info at spa.org.
info at
I
SPA.org?
will
Okay.
personally answer every one of your emails.
Awesome.
There's also a way to contact us through the website. There's a little contact us there. You'll get a lot more information if you go to the website. There's info about the convention, about where to register. Membership is only $60 a year. I used to be a professional engineer, and let me tell you, I don't know of any professional organization that's that cheap.
Yeah.
And the convention compared to other conventions, other professional conventions, it's really quite affordable.
Yeah. Jump on it, folks. I'm so glad you were able to join. Thanks for being here today, Jerry. And I can't wait to hang out with you at SPA very soon.
One guy says, leave room in your luggage because you'll be bringing more stuff
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
That is true. I always pack a foldable duffel bag just in case. I have
Really?
a really small duffel bag. It takes up this much room in my case. But if I have like t-shirts and harmonicas and God knows what, uh, I almost bought an amp one year. There was a beautiful old a lone wolf amp that was like a prototype that was in our silent auction.
Oh, cool. Look at
Yeah.
that. You never know what you're going to see. By the way, there's a couple things coming up in YouTube I just want to address quickly. Somebody asked whether or not, good way of connecting with other. Okay. Thomas, I see your question about something separate. I will reach out to you about that. Somebody asked whether there be any Piedmont players, anybody that's in like similar
Um,
to Phil Wiggins kind of style of playing.
well, Jerry Deall does the Cajun style, which is close to that, but not quite. There probably are actually Bill Morris, who's an incredible bass player, has started doing fiddle tunes. Um, oh, Richard Bennett just texted me that we should mention accessibility. I'm a big proponent of that. Richard is sight impaired, visually impaired,
Yeah.
and I do my best every year to make everything available for those that have some impairment or some disability. I make the program text only every year for those who are visually impaired because a lot of the reading programs can't handle the graphics. Um, Also, if you become a member and you love the magazine, you can go on the website and see every magazine we've produced going back to the 60s.
Wow.
Every, I
I've
mean,
dug through them once or twice, but not. I don't know
the
if I made
ones
it back.
going back to the 60s were made on a mimeograph machine. I mean, they're, they're rudimentary. But if you want to look at old convention issues where there's pictures of everybody, if you've heard of Todd Parrott, he's going to be there teaching and playing. Jerry Fierro out of Florida is going to
Mm-hmm.
be emceeing the Blues Blow Off this year. Uh,
Jerry's great players. I mean, if you guys are less familiar with Jerry, you don't want to miss him. He's phenomenal singer and harmonica player. I love catching his stuff.
you will meet players that you've never heard of that will
Yeah.
become friends of yours for life. Rob Paprosi has become a friend of mine. I can call on just about any time for anything. This guy was lead singer for Blood, Sweat, and Tears for 5 years. He fronts the Blues Brothers band, the Traveling Blues Brothers band. He just put out an album a couple of years ago with Steve Cropper. Uh, this guy is,
He's a
if you,
monster, and he's so down to earth. He's just one of the
yes,
nicest people you've ever.
he will
Oh,
take a
that's the
minute.
thing. Everyone's like that, though, Jerry. I mean, like you think you have an image. Maybe you've seen videos, I've had people come up and say, "Hey, Ronnie, it's so good to meet you." First of all, I thought you were taller or something. Secondly, I thought you were going to be a little more abrasive, or I'm like, what? Like, do I come off as abrasive? Anyway, you might have an impression of somebody, and then you meet them and realize that they're just a bunch of softies that want to connect and geek out about harmonica as much as you do. Please don't miss this. If you trust me on one thing, if you're on the fence about last thing about attending multiple events, maybe make a commitment this year to SPA. Check it out. There are plenty of other events throughout the year that are smaller and very worthwhile, but SPA's number one. And I think even the people that organize those other events would agree. They'd be like, yeah, you don't want to miss SPA. I
So if you
can't,
become a
yeah.
member, you can watch some of the convention archives on YouTube and get access, like I said, to all the harmonica happenings. If
Mm-hmm.
you attend the convention, either in person or online, you get access to all the recordings from this year.
And if you want to get all fired up, go on YouTube and just type in SPAH harmonica and go see what other people have posted from performances, moments caught in the hallway, whatever's going on. You'll see stuff from Mike Caldwell performances. You'll see multiple performances of all sorts of players. I think at one point I dug up a like Gary Primage sitting in at a spa event years ago or something. You know, there's just like there's so much to check out. So get excited, get fired up, reach out to us if you have questions.
Bob Kraft asks if there's opportunities to learn and repair chromatics. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Honer is going to have their technician there this year. So if you bring a harmonica and take it to the vendor area and give it to Isaiah, he'll fix it for you. No charge.
Yeah, and there will be people that are doing some educational, usually at least one or two things about educational.
Bill Morris is going to teach about that.
About taking them apart, how to work on them, how to, yeah, not just chromatic, but diatonic talk as well. Yeah. All right, y'all. If you have more questions or more input, come back to this video on YouTube. Put it in the comments. In fact, I would encourage anybody that's already joined SPA, use the comments, not in the live chat. Wait till the video is posted after the live stream. Tell us about your favorite memory. Let's flood the comments. I'll start it off when it's up there, and I'll put something that's one of my favorite memories. Share something personal that you experienced there, and we can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah. And one year I was hanging out with Jason Ricci and Brendan Power in Jason's room, and we were playing a trio. It was my first introduction to playing the chord. It was hysterical. Yeah, you know, you'll find somebody on the say, come up to my room. A friend of mine told a story about hanging out in a room with Jerry Portnoy one year. If you haven't read his book, it's a good read. So these are the guys you get to meet and play with and learn from and just hang out with, have a meal with. I've gone to dinner with all these guys, lunch.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So, all right, y'all, we're signing off. Jerry, you cool if I cut here?
Yep.
We're good? Is there
Thanks
anything
so
else?
much for all of this. It was fun.
Thank you, man. Can't wait to hang with you soon. Everyone that's watching live, hello, and thanks for being here. And goodbye as well. And if you're watching as a recording, thanks for checking out this video. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you at SPA in August.